Tamara judge gets flirty. Fans remind her Todd Chrisley has a wife. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Oregito C star Tamara Judge has been very active in the comments of Todd Chrisley's Instagram posts as of late. And some of his followers seem to be here for the friendly banter. Others, however, thought she was being awfully flirty with a married man. Does she need to back off? You decide. Todd Chrisley rocks and then ditches beard and mustache. A couple days ago, Todd Chrisley caused Instagram to do a double take. He had a full beard and mustache. Some fans even questioned if it was actually him in the photos. Was he using a filter? Fake photo? Was that picture a mixture of Kyle and Chase? Fans were not convinced it was him. Todd, however, did seem to insist it was his face, and he wanted feedback on whether to keep or ditch the facial hair. Real Housewives of Orange County star Tamara Judge slipped into Todd Chrisley's comments, and she shared her thoughts on the beard and mustache. I like it. She pinned a heart eye emoji. Her comment was liked nearly 300 times in 48 hours, suggesting many of his followers agreed with her. Some even responded to the comment. Another individual felt the need to remind the Bravo TV personality that Todd already has a wife and he needs to back off. One follower liked the comment above and another responded to it with a lmao. So this certainly wasn't the only follower that thought she was being a little too flirty. Tamara Judge flirts in his clean-shaven selfie too. Now this wasn't the only photo of the Real Housewives of Orange County star Tamara Judge got friendly with Todd in the comments of. Todd posted again, revealing he shaved his face. Why? Well, if his wife didn't like it, so the facial hair had to go. Surprisingly, Tamara Judge slipped into his comments again, and she dished out another compliment. She noted that he looked just 18 years old in the photo. Now, Todd responded to this friendly comment. You always know exactly the right lie to tell. And, unsurprisingly, his followers got in on the friendly banter. Here's what they had to say. Noticeably, his fans were not nearly as territorial about the flirting in the second Instagram post, but they certainly made it clear in the first post. Todd is a married man, and she needed to back off. Chances are good it was just friendly banter between the two TV personalities. But fans were quick to shut it down anyway. Courtrooms are usually places of seriousness, decorum, and impartiality, but a recent interaction involving reality television star Todd Chrisley has ignited a wildfire of controversy online. According to multiple eyewitnesses and fan reports, a female judge appeared to behave in an unusually flirtatious manner toward the former Chrisley, knows best patriarch during a post-trial procedural session, sparking a massive reaction from fans, supporters, and critics alike. The moment, which was reportedly subtle in delivery but heavy in implication, has triggered a broader conversation about professionalism boundaries and the complex media spectacle surrounding Todd and Julie Chrisley's ongoing legal troubles. The incident in question occurred during what was supposed to be a routine post-conviction hearing related to ongoing appeals processes. Todd Chrisley, dressed sharply and appearing composed, was escorted into the courtroom as expected. What wasn't expected was the judge's demeanor as she engaged him in a manner described by some courtroom attendees as surprisingly warm and unusually personal. Observers claimed her tone shifted when speaking directly to Todd, and she frequently made eye contact, smiled, and even laughed softly during exchanges that didn't appear to require humor. Reports from those in the room suggest that the judge complimented Todd on his articulate speech and at one point even commented on his commanding presence, which immediately drew stunned reactions from spectators. Some described it as a moment of levity in a sea of legal tension, but others were quick to call it inappropriate and indicative of bias. The judge's offhand comment that you certainly know how to make an entrance directed toward Todd as he approached the bench was perceived by many as crossing a line. Fans quickly seized on the exchange, blasting the judge on social media and reminding her in no uncertain terms that Todd Chrisley is in fact a married man and still deeply involved with his wife Julie despite their current courtroom sketches and images taken outside the courthouse began circulating online showing Todd's poised appearance and the judge's smiling expression further fueling speculation. Fan forums and pop culture blogs erupted with commentary dissecting the judge's every word and gesture. Some fans expressed shock that a member of the judiciary could exhibit such behavior toward a man convicted of financial crimes, while others accused her of being starstruck or biased due to Todd's celebrity status. The backlash was immediate and loud. Across social platforms, hashtags calling out the judge's behavior trended with users accusing her of undermining the dignity of the court and questioning her impartiality. One post read, "If a male judge acted like this toward a female defendant, the headlines would never end," while another added, "This is exactly why people think celebrities get special treatment even after conviction." Fans of Julie Chrisley were particularly vocal condemning the perceived disrespect to a woman who has remained steadfast despite personal and legal hardships. They flooded comment sections with declarations of support for Julie, calling the judge's behavior disgraceful and out of line. Many pointed to the strength Julie has shown in navigating her sentence while continuing to advocate for herself and her family through attorneys and official channels. Her supporters argued that the judge's tone made light of that sacrifice and insulted the bond Julie and Todd have long presented to the world. Legal experts have weighed in cautiously on the matter. While some have downplayed the interaction as harmless, others acknowledge the optics were poor, especially in a case as high-profile as the Chrisleys. A former federal prosecutor noted that while judges are human and may exhibit warmth or humor, it's critical to avoid any appearance of bias or preferential treatment, particularly when dealing with well-known figures. The integrity of the bench must remain above reproach. Others within the legal community expressed concern that such behavior could have implications in future appeals or defense strategies. If the perception of bias becomes widespread, Todd's legal team could potentially raise the issue in official filings, arguing that public confidence in the judicial process has been compromised. While that is a high bar to meet, the mere suggestion has added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted legal narrative. This isn't the first time Todd Chrisley has found himself at the center of controversy not directly tied to his original charges. Since entering the legal system, he has remained a figure of intense media fascination, and his every appearance, whether in court or through third-party statements, is subject to rigorous public dissection. This incident only adds to the mythology surrounding the Chrisleys' fall from grace and their continued entanglement with fame, justice, and perception. What makes this moment especially potent is the timing. Public interest in the Chrisley case has been reignited following recent moves to secure presidential pardons, discussions around alleged judicial missteps, and renewed media coverage of their family dynamics. The flirty judge incident comes just as their legal team is reportedly working to appeal convictions on grounds related to procedural errors and questionable conduct by court officials. That a judge would make such seemingly personal remarks under these circumstances is not only striking but also potentially damaging to the broader conversation about the fairness of the process. In response to the backlash, court officials issued a brief statement saying that all conduct in the courtroom adhered to professional standards and that the integrity of the proceedings remains intact. However, the statement did not directly address the specific allegations of flirtatious behavior, nor did it mention the judge's name, leaving room for speculation and further fanning the flames of public discourse. Calls have grown for a more formal review of the judge's conduct, particularly from advocacy groups focused on legal ethics and judicial transparency. Meanwhile, Todd Chrisley has remained silent on the matter, issuing no public comment either through his attorney or family. Those close to the situation say he was unaware of the commotion his courtroom exchange had caused until it exploded online. Sources claim he has no intention of addressing the situation unless prompted by his legal counsel. However, Savannah Chrisley has subtly acknowledged the incident on her podcast, saying people love to run wild with their own interpretations, but truth still matters even in the court of public opinion. So, do you think the conversation between Tamara Judge and Todd Chrisley seemed flirty? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.